Welcome to a brand new episode of the Tech Your Business podcast, where we show you different ways you can use tech to stay ahead of the competition, use tech to build your business, grow your business, and run your business. Today's guest will be all the way from Ukraine. We're just talking about the code of how I run away from anything resembling code and how he's where it's default code like throughout the year. So that's one of the fascinating things about living on this planet. So our guest today is Oleksandr, and Oleksandr is the founder of tTravel. So welcome to the show. Yeah, so welcome to the show.
Thank you, Peter. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. So, can you just tell us a bit about tTravel? I said I was not going to ask about it before we start, so I'll be finding out as we're going on.
Sure. So tTravel is a mobile application that allows anyone, actually to be a traveler, to inspire themselves with very high quality content that cannot be chat GPT'd or Googled because it's signature content. And I would call it it's like a mobile app with indie game vibe because it's really meditative. It's really interesting in terms of inspiration and finding location for your perfect leisure. And if you want to actually earn money from your travel, from what you're doing, from what you love to do, we also have that option because we have only signature content, content from by authors, made by authors. So you always can become one of those authors and sell uh, complete guides or complete itineraries to our mobile app. So this is mostly it. To travel, we uh, recently add subscription that allows very active travelers to kind of track their progress, track their achievements in a travel way. How many countries visited, which countries. Have their own scratch like travel map, like you have on the walls, but inside your app. And yeah, we will do more and more and more features for the subscription. But yeah, it's if you will look at it now, it's mixed model, like two-sided marketplace with a subscription options.
Okay, so I think basically it's an app where you have a lot of travel content, original
Mm-hmm.
travel content.
Yes, yeah, yeah. It's only
Amazing.
original. So if you will compare, for example, um, like if you look for travel guides, you want like some specifics, right? And you want for your specific purpose, whether you have kids or whether you have your own company of 5 people, you just cannot find like the perfect match. But we have, like, for example, uh, very unique and interesting content from authors, like traveling on roadhouse, on mobile roadhouse with a kid on through the Scotland, for
Mm.
example. So it's very unique. Or like South Dakota for people who only know Mount Rushmore but don't know what to do, what else to do there. So
Wow.
in US, and yeah, we try to pick those hidden gems and put it in our mobile app.
Amazing. So I think this is something out. Before the pandemic, I used to be a very, very frequent traveler. I used to call myself a part-time digital nomad, but I
Oh,
after the pandemic, I just had difficulties getting back to that habit. So I'm thinking of doing
of
that this year,
course.
and I think
Yeah.
this is something that I would really love to use, especially because when I go to places, I love going to the places where not everyone else goes to. I want to see those hidden
Yeah.
gems, like you mentioned, those things nobody
Yeah.
is talking about, but are still lovely about the place. So that's actually an interesting thing, and I think it's something I'll enjoy talking about. So why did you pick this app to work on?
So this is an interesting story because like we were asked to do this solution by our own audience. Me and my co-founder Artem, um, we are like a micro influencers by ourselves.
Mm.
So we also love travel. We discovered the world and places that are not overcrowded, that are not overseen, and like people uh, just miss a lot while preparing themselves for the trips. And we had a lot of equipment, like you, like in the studio, that the
Yeah.
equipment is very pricey, but we made like we had all this equipment to film the videos, to film the content for the blog, and paying for airplane tickets, paying for like car rentals, etc. It's losing the drones while filming the stuff, and we thought, okay, this content it is pricey. It costs something, and we should give opportunity to buy it to the
Mhm.
people, not only to sell. And we ask our audience, like on your channel, for example, we ask our audience, do you want to, a step-by-step guide? They say, yes, we want it. How much will you pay for it? Okay, they say, we will pay like for like 10, 15 bucks at least. We need here's this content for you from you. And we started to build a prototype that was actually quite successful as a prototype, because it was like
Hmm.
something in a web interface, like simulation of mobile app. But we already started to earn money from it, and that was the start of our journey as a developers, as a startuppers.
Amazing. So you mentioned that you had a micro influencer background,
Yeah.
and then from there you went to building an app. So, how did you go about doing this? Did you learn to code, or did you hire someone to build it, or use a platform?
Actually, yeah, like it was interesting coincidence that like I have my own co-founder who is proficient in content creation, and myself, I had at that time at least 8 years working in IT industry, like as a manager on a manager position, so knowing how teams are working, how companies can be built. And I love the hackathons. I love this opportunity to build something very fast and in a lean way, from some idea.
Yeah.
And me and three more developers, we won a hackathon,
Mm.
won some money from, it was at that time Credit Suisse, a bank institution, and they had their own hackathon event going on. And with one of those person, we decided to build a tTravel. I've just picked the person, said, okay, we have this idea. I don't know if you're traveling or not, but you should build it with me. And he agreed, and he became a CTO. And still,
Well,
after all those years, this person is with me. So we have three co-founders that are like working. I don't know how many hours already on this project. So yeah. So I,
nice.
I, I will I will advise everyone, like, put yourself in the situation where you build some solution very fast with quite like with few people, and then you will have this experience. Okay, I understand how to build solution. I understand what people do I need in my team, and from that point start to build something. Even if you don't have any idea, just try this experience.
Exactly. So now, I think the next question I'll ask is building the business. Did you
Mhm.
seek funding, or is it something that you bootstrapped to build this app?
So currently we're bootstrapping, and I understood that, currently we're in a situation where it is everybody's waiting for recession. Everybody's looking forward to AI solutions, and it's like very hard to find proper funding and investors that are risky enough. Like maybe 2, 3, or 4 years ago, it was better. Uh, like in Ukraine, it wasn't better 4 years ago. I mean, landscape like in
Yeah.
UK, in Europe, like we had COVID, and immediately we had full scale invasion. So it wasn't like really good climate for investment. But in the world, like post-COVID economies, they trying to rush for a bit, and then people started to keep their money, or like yeah, buy gold, for example, buy some commodities, to just keep the money for themselves. So. We are bootstrapping until it will be like travel market will be on the rise. To all of the predictions, it's like it will continue to grow anyhow to 2030. Like we will have much more people from uh, different regions who visited like the Eastern Europe, for example,
Yeah.
new destinations, and it will be more and more people who are visiting destination they never knew. But yeah, that's why we believe in idea, and like funding is something that we were already proposed, but not on the good terms, like
Oh.
losing a lot of equity.
Yeah.
So we declined those offers and continue to bootstrap
Hmm.
while we just seeking the proper investor.
Yeah. So I think one advantage bootstrapping is that you pay close attention to your costs, because I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of companies here where you have a lot of money and not you're not sure what to do. You see them spending a lot in places where they shouldn't. So building
yeah.
tTravel, how do you manage your costs? How do you make sure that the available funds go as far as possible?
hmm I would say that it's a major skill that you obtain while you're bootstrapping. So we count every dollar, and like for example, uh, to during this year we changed, like I don't know, we wanted to hire one developer that will be committed to our application with a certain skill, but we changed and experimented like with 12 people that were like uh, everyone was with different type of issues, like, and we didn't keep them for a long time. So it was 1 2 weeks, and okay, we need to change something. So we for example, we like the culture of communication. If something goes wrong, um like doesn't matter what it is, like we all people and understand, like it can be family issues. We have war here, so it's everything can go wrong. um, and we ask for like constant communication. If something goes wrong, you immediately put it in the chat, or like give it a call to us, like hey guys, I cannot work here today, for example. uh, like I will work tomorrow because of this, and this. If the person cannot communicate immediately in our, like, because we are a distributed team and we like only two of us in Kiev. Oh,
Okay.
like I will lie, it's like three. Well, we have one more girl designer in
Yeah.
Kiev, so but she can travel. Like I'm always saying that yeah, two of us in Kiev and we stay in Kiev. So yeah, and then the developer can say like, oh yeah, I forgot it. I don't have this in my own culture. Like I built something for 3 days and only then I will deploy. It's not our thing. It's not
Yeah.
something that it will live in startup. Okay, you have enterprise state of mind that is like building for weeks. or months and then deploy once with a lot of mistakes. No, we cannot allow that. We don't have money for that. We don't have this culture. So we immediately change the person and seek for another person. So yeah, it's like that's how we basically count every hour and have a lot of I would say internal processes, internal software that that actually count even every minute. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think when you talk about the internal software that counts
Hmm.
the minutes and the
Hmm.
hours and everything, I think that brings me to my next question, which is
Hmm.
what free tools or what low cost tech do you use to manage the business, to monitor costs, to promote the business?
Actually, like for this, yeah, it's a good question because we are always looking for or like solutions that are open source or a
Mm,
solution that have some proposal for startups. For example, like Notion or Miro boards, they have some solution to provide for your start. You can use it free of charge. But for internal tracking of task tracking, uh, project tracking. We use a tool called Open Project, and it's
mm,
open source thingy that can be deployed on your own server. But we keep it on our own server, even though for the app we have startup like credits from AWS from Amazon. So we also have a lot of support from Amazon on this stage, and it's also something that you should consider. Amazon gives a lot of credits. Like if you build something on focused on AI. Currently, you can also have credits from Microsoft on Azure and Google Cloud. So it's also something that you can easily use by just joining programs that they publish online. Uh, they shout it on every corner, basically. Like, yeah, we have this for AI startup, this for AI startup. You just need to be just Google a bit, and
yeah.
you will find a lot of solution. Yeah, we use Amazon. We use we for a long time we used Notion, but now we changed for open source solution, uh, and open project is a good thing to start. Yeah.
Okay. So now I think we agree on the open source idea because I know I've done about 2 episodes where I talked about open source alternatives to everything.
Yeah.
Because first of all, the cost is there. Then secondly, the data, your data, because I think a lot of times we have these startups where we have our data with them
Hmm.
and you have issues where maybe the place shuts down or they change pricing or something and the way they save the
Yeah.
data it's really difficult for you to get it out. Then apart from that you have the data regulations around Europe and all that too, so that's why I really agree with you on the open source part. But sometimes when I try to recommend open source to people, they
Hmm.
have the objection that it's technical, first of all, to manage, and
Hmm.
secondly, that it's technical, and sometimes, according to them, it doesn't really serve their needs as a business. So a lot of
Hmm.
times, maybe they start with an open source platform
Hmm.
or software, and later they have to start looking for something to move to. So, what are your thoughts on that
I
objection?
think it's a yeah. I think it's a good objection. We just had like from the start we have a person on my CTO who is like truly believer. He is a believer, and he believes in open source. It's like also a state of mind that like. Mm, you should have to be in that community, to be like to use these tools, to know how to search these tools, to know how to manage these tools, because like yeah, sometimes you don't have luxury of not only um, like understanding or like technicality. You don't have luxury of time. For example, for us, for Bootstrap company, yeah, we decided that we have this luxury of time, but uh, using our own assets, using our own money,
Yeah.
and just to look for open source, yeah, okay, and we decided that we will like uh, we will prevail and outlive our competitors and not beat them by speed, for
Yeah.
example. But if you are a person that have a very less amount of time, um, like many of my friends, like fellow founders, say like take everything that you can allow. So everything that out there, like from Lego, like bricks, build something, test it on your customers, and throw it in a bucket if it doesn't work. So like we had different situation because we had already an audience that were asking for solution. But if you don't have and you want to just check it out with your hypothesis, take those tools that out there, spend as less money as you can, build it from the blocks, and just throw it away if it doesn't work. Because sales, I think sales first product, like the approach for your product is the king right now,
Yeah.
at least right now, because like you don't have such power to build everything right uh, from the first time.
Yeah.
so yeah, you should somehow experiment. That's why it's controversial. Yeah, if you don't have luxury of time, yeah, don't do this. Don't go there, or experience with open source
Yeah.
solutions.
Yeah.
A lot of experience.
Okay, so now for the businesses who are on the other side of the fence, they are spending
Hmm.
a lot on all these packaged solutions and everything. What would you say is a warning sign to that business that they are spending too much on technology?
Uh, it's a good question. I would say that like it's always about the customers and how much they pay for your solution. Like if you see this tendency that companies, like even big companies, giants, right now doing layoffs.
Hmm, yeah.
uh, and it's a lot of layoffs with rounds already. First round of layoffs, second round layoff. It's
Yeah.
like many people just uh, going on the market to seek for new opportunities. And for example, in Ukraine, I hear the tendency that people say, okay, like we need to cut cost on R&D because so we don't sell much. We don't have this marketing experience that allow us to keep this research and development,
Hmm,
because it's research and development. It's not only
yeah.
development. We at this era we don't know for sure what to do. We need to iterate and we need to experiment. That's why the first word is research, and a lot of technicality is about researching your new solution. Uh, and if the business is like uh, spending more than like 50% on like technical, like doing something with technical depth, or doing something with research, and not earning much to cover it, and like only investment. So be prepared to layoffs uh,
Hmm,
at some point of time when market will go down, and okay, we don't have money for research and we don't have money for
Yeah.
development. But then you just go away. Okay, all this code that you were, keeping here, we will not commit it, and still business will work. So uh, be sure that it's something that, like each uh, I would say each iteration, not even I wouldn't say each line of code, but each iteration, like 1 week or 2 week iteration, brings something to your business. You can count it with the numbers. You can count some ROI, like return of investment for the feature. You can count it with money, and or at least some metric, North Star metric that you have in your business. Otherwise, you spend too much on technical, side of the project.
Yeah. Okay, so now I think talking about costs and everything too, there is a post I wrote on my personal blog a couple of years ago, almost 10 years ago, when I was scaling a business.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about balancing the need for profits and the need for growth, because I realized at a point where you're spending a lot on adverts, hiring and co for growth, you might end up not having profits to um, enjoy your life and enjoy the existence
Oh
of the
yeah,
business. Yeah. And
oh
at the
yeah.
point where you're trying to pull profits for the business, the business might be suffering. You might not be putting enough into the business for it to grow in the future. So how do you
Mm-hmm.
balance this question? Because I've seen it a lot, especially when bootstrapping.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the question. It's like it's there is no easy answer to this. I would say
I
I'm
agree with
suffering.
you.
Yeah, I'm suffering. Really, it's like it's like at some months, like months. It's like I can measure it in months. Some months it's easier. We like uh, and it's usually the point in time when you don't have to commit to something external, I would say. So to the market opportunity, to some, for example, we were visiting Web Summit 2024 at this, and
In
already
Portugal.
previous year,
Yeah.
yeah, in Portugal. And it's like, yeah, we needed to show something new to potential investors, potential partners, to the user base, and we wanted to change the geography of the user base, and show some new features for new geography for Portuguese people, and like basically to the whole world, because on the Web Summit it's like everyone from everywhere. So and we needed to invest a lot of time, money. Like invest instead of sleep. We needed to do something at night. So it's like a lot of investment. Now, currently, business is on a bit of hold, I would say. Yeah, it's like people still on vacation, still trying
Yeah.
to kind of uh, get a bit of rest after like a very intense year, so we can allow ourselves to invest less and be in a, like, I would say, low power mode, right? But like we like tourist business for tTravel is very seasoned. We need to build something new and build something better, and invest in not only in tech but in advertisement when we have new season of tourism. So and it will be already in spring. So and it will be, once again we will spend more. So it's like for everybody who listen to us, you also need to know your trends and dynamics,
Yeah.
when you can be in the low power, when you can uh, like mold, when you can uh, consider your technical depth and do something with it,
Yeah.
And when you need to break things and move fast. I would say so. Yeah.
So I think that'll lead me to another question. When scaling tTravel, I think you mentioned having to invest in going for the summit and different things like that. But when
Mhm.
scaling, what costs surprised you the most? Because I know for me it was hiring.
Oh.
I thought only the salary was going to be the cost, but when you hire a lot of things, a lot of costs,
Oh
getting
yeah,
computers, office space, so many things that
yeah.
cost far more than the salary. So for you, what surprised you the most?
Oh yeah, the biggest surprise was for me that like we not we have supply side and we have demand side.
Hmm.
And on the supply side, we have creators, as we call them. This
Yeah.
is influencers, bloggers, photographers, people who tour guides, people who create the content, who already have the content that can be monetized once more through our app. And it's very easy. Like you will not spend more than like 2-3 hours and
Mm.
then earn like passive income for years from your like content.
Wow.
And I was surprised that most of the people want that we pay them for them to be on our platform, and they like we pay them to get to the platform where they
Hmm.
earn money. So it's like for me it was like mind blowing. We come to them and say, here's the platform for free. You're just like earning money on it. And they're like, okay, yeah, but how much will you pay us to get to the platform? And they're like, what? And I was like, I'm still in quite in a shock, like because of industry, like influencer industry works very strange, very differently, and it's
Yeah.
it's it's a chaos. I would say, like with some people, you just you can just be friends and do some things together, and they're just good people, and they join your platform. Anything you do, wow, it's about travel. Let's go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. And with some people, they say, uh, "Why should I? Why should I earn money with you? I can earn money with them. You should pay me because like there are so many proposals.
Yeah.
So we can just pick. So yeah,
Mm.
that's interesting.
Okay, so I think as I come to the end, what advice would you give to your younger self, or probably someone who is at the beginning stages of starting maybe an app
Hmm.
business or a business like yours? What
Hmm.
what would make the biggest difference?
Oh yeah, like if it was me many years ago, like the phrase that I already use today, like it's written with my sweat and blood. It's like sales first. Like it's like just forget about the product. Uh, like sales as much as you can. Build on the money. Build product on the money that you earn. So if people don't want to buy, at least they want to need to be in your wait list.
Mm.
And it's especially it works with B2B the sales. And like that's why I'm just telling about creators. Creators, I consider them as business, because
Yeah.
it's uh, some individuals that already built their own approach to business to earn money. So, uh, like especially B2B, like make people sign up the memorandum at least, or like join your wait list, sell them first, and only then when you have certainty that your product is needed, then build the product
Mm.
bit by bit, uh, at, at like uh, the smallest blocks possible, the smallest bit possible. So then you will be in profit all of the way, and you will balance and your business and your life. You will
Mm.
not, you will not burn out like 2 3 times as we in tTravel after
Yeah.
to understand that it should be this way. Yeah.
Amazing. So now for listeners, for watchers who want to connect with you, who want to continue this conversation, who want to maybe download the tTravel app or learn more
Yeah.
about what you're doing and follow your journey, what's the best way they can reach you?
For me, it's LinkedIn. Please find me, Oleksandr Buratynskiy, and it's easy to find one of the Ukrainians with like very, I would say, unique surname. And to download tTravel, you just put tTravel.me, and we're everywhere. Actually, we're in social networks. We are on both stores, Google Play and App Store, so you can find ttravel.me easily. Check it out. It's for us. It's our, I would say, our masterpiece. It's like you will understand why I'm telling that it's like an indie game vibe.
Mm,
It has its own soundtrack. It has its own vibe. It's very unique. So I hope you will enjoy it.
wow. Okay, so that's look for Alexander on LinkedIn or ttravel.me to download the app and enjoy the app. And thank you so much for coming today on the Tech Your Business podcast.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And for the listeners, I hope you learned something from this episode. This is an entrepreneur story episode. So I hope you learned about Alexander's story of building his app, of promoting his app, of the things that surprise him most about building and everything in between. I'm sure you'll pick one or two things, especially if you have an idea you're just starting to build or you want to start to build. So if this helped you, share it with someone else. Until next week when we're back with a brand new episode, don't forget to keep taking your business. Bye for now.